What's up, everyone? All right, here we are, 77th day of the year, second day of May, finishing in the green, up $4,800. That's what I needed, just a green day to break the red streak. So, made back all of yesterday's gain, all of yesterday's losses, all of Monday's losses. So now back in the green on the week. And you know what? We saw some really good opportunities today. So I'm getting excited. Maybe this is going to be the beginning of the next hot streak. I would love that. So today, $4,800. Let's hope we have a good day again Thursday, a good day Friday. Start to get May turned around and pointed in the right direction. We'll break down all of today's trades in today's midday market recap. All right, everyone. So why don't we do our midday market recap here, finishing the second day of May up $4,834.57. That is a pretty good day. It's actually one of the best days I've had now in almost 2 weeks. So it is the best day. Well, no, I had a day last Monday where I made $4,800. So I'm pretty much tied with my best day in the last 2 weeks. But $4,800, $5,000, that's an awesome day. So what helped get me there today was NVIV. You can see it on the scans right now, or on the charts right now. Squeeze out of the gates from 8 up to 1035, a pullback, and then a squeeze right now. It's hitting a high of 1312. So really nice action on this one. If anything, I undertraded it. I could have been more aggressive on it, but I just I just held back a little bit at first, and then I didn't get back in for this second wave up. So I love seeing it, opening up as much as it is. This is a great sign for momentum. However, you've got 2, 4, 6, 8 green candles in a row. This is parabolic. When they get this extended, you have to be really careful because, when you buy up here, you just position yourself with so much risk. So, for right now, I'm going to be done with it and be happy with my gains. And one of the things I said yesterday is that when you slow down a little bit and you start being more conservative and taking the quick gains, you will miss the first stocks that start to take off because, you're being conservative, which is the right thing to do when, you've been in a market where you keep seeing stocks like LEDS that pop up and come all the way back down. Or SSKN. This is one that I lost $300 on. I got in at $1.50. It popped up to 54 and dropped all the way back down to 37. FLKS. I got in this one also. Got in after the circuit breaker halt, and look at how ugly this was. This was the 1 minute setup right here. A little 1 minute pullback. I got in for the first candle to make a new high, and then it tanked. I mean, it was ugly. So when you have trades like that, you have to start to be cautious. When you have a teeny bit of profit, you have to start taking it. You can't just hold and hope for really big moves. And so, today on NVIV, when we talked about it pre-market, we said, it's interesting. It's got very light volume, but it does have a recent reverse split. And it's the type of stock that if it gets some volume, it could work. So it's worth keeping an eye on. It was up 12%. The bell rings, and it starts squeezing up, and Matt in the room called it out and said, hey, check out NVIV. It's starting to move. I wouldn't have seen it most likely if it weren't for Matt. So he gets the credit on this one. I saw it when he called it out, tried to jump in. Now, remember, I use a 10-cent offset. So when I was pressing the buy button, I was pressing it at 47 and 48, and it was executing at 57 and 58 because it was already moving that fast. I tried to take 10,000 shares knowing reverse split setup is one of the strongest ones right now. I only filled 2,046, and then this is kind of crazy. 4 seconds later, I added another 2,500 shares, $1 higher. That's how fast it moved. I added more at $9.96, and sold at $10.24, $10.23, and $10. The rest I sold at $9.50. So that was through this pullback, holding, and then up into this move to $10.40 was the highs. So, all in all, that was a really solid trade. And guess what? It ended up coming almost all the way back down to $8.40. And so I thought, look, another stock, typical, not holding its levels, just showing weakness. And so I just sort of stopped watching it. It then kind of did this little curl. It kind of started to move up, and it hit 950, and I was still like, well, I don't know, I'm not that interested, not sure, because at this time I had just taken trades on these three and basically given back some of my profit. GNPX was a small winner, but nothing too impressive. So I just didn't think we were going to see a lot of momentum. It then pops up here to 10, and I'm like, all right, it's interesting. But then look, it goes from 10.07 all the way down to a low of 9.35. That's a big drop right there. It doesn't look very nice. And then boom, it takes off. I don't know, someone jumps in, it pops up to 10.30, pulls back, and then it really started to open up. It squeezed into a circuit breaker halt. Now we've got a high of $14. So, this is one of those stocks where hindsight's 2020. Yeah, I should have gotten back into it. I could have been more aggressive. I could have tried to scalp it. I could have made more money on it. But remember, today's a day where the caution flag was up, right? That orange flag saying, slow down, be really careful. The market has not been friendly to you in the last 2 weeks. You've gotten, hit in the face 8 out of the last 10 days. So if you have profit, take it and run. Just don't give, whatever you do, don't give it back, because the market wants to take it back from you. So I followed the rules there. And yeah, I did take bigger size on the first entry on NVIV. If I had gotten filled a full 10,000 shares, well, it would have been a 10,000, maybe even a $15,000 winner. And I would have been really in the driver's seat. But, it didn't. I didn't. And that's fine. So I got a partial fill, $4,800 of profit. And this move here, I didn't really expect it. I didn't think it would open up as much as it did. We do often watch this setup for a break over high of day. But the problem is that it was occurring at 10:30, and it was after I had just had one loss on FLKS, one loss on SSKN, and a third loss on GNPX. I took 2 trades on GNPX. The first trade, I was long at 14 for this squeeze here. I was long at 15 for this squeeze here. I just jumped in at the whole dollar and rode the momentum. So it was a higher risk entry. I made $1,000. I then got back in for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, which was over 14.96. So we had this green candle here. I was waiting for the first candle to make a new high. It broke new high here, hit 15.22, and then dropped to 14.24, and I lost $300. Right? So I was like, look, I've had 3 losses in a row. I'm not feeling the momentum. I got to slow down. Maybe today was just, a day where I just get one good trade, and that's it. So I followed my rules, and I stepped back before I gave back more gains. I was up, I guess, maybe at one point, like $5,500. So, hindsight's 2020, but I love seeing this type of momentum. This has room on the daily chart to 1675. Right now, I can't buy it, though. Even if I want to, I can't be a buyer after 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 green candles in a row. It's just too extended. So I would say, watch for the first pullback. Maybe some traders are looking to short this for a move back down towards the 9 moving average. That might work if you have shares available to borrow. I don't. It might be a short-term reversal here, but be mindful that recent reverse split stocks can create big technical breakouts, and this thing could go higher. I mean, there's no reason that it couldn't. So just be careful if you are thinking about going to the short side. However, right now, I can't be a buyer. I got to wait for a pullback. And by the time it does pull back and gives us 2 or 3 red candles, well, it's going to be noontime. And I'm not going to take a lunchtime trade. So I think for me, I'm just going to say, hey, $4,800 is a great day of trading. Did I capture every opportunity out there? Maybe not, but I'm walking away green, and I want to do it again tomorrow. So I just want to kind of, break that red streak, and today's, the first day of hopefully a green streak. That's what I just want to think of it as. So I'm thinking that this might be an indicator of momentum that we'll see again later in the week. We saw some decent opportunities yesterday. I just wasn't good about my entries. HTBX was really difficult for me. I didn't trade it very well. So, good opportunities yesterday, good opportunities today. And let's see what Thursday and Friday have in store for us. Maybe we'll get some, real surprise momentum and a couple opportunities to really give ourselves a little bit of a profit cushion. So as of right now, I'm back into the green on the month of May, which is awesome. Don't like starting in the red, but I'm only green by like $1,200. So I know that, relatively speaking, $1,200 in 2 days is fantastic, but you know, I want to get a little closer to $10,000 on the week. That's my goal. And I've got, you know, 2 more days to kind of move towards it. So we'll see what we can do. And I think right now is just a time to get excited, make sure you're ready, because if we do see that this is the beginning of a new hot streak, I want to make sure every single one of you guys are able to capitalize on the opportunities. You know, when a stock goes from $8 to $14, there's a lot of windows in here. So even if I chose not to trade this right here, you guys, having gone through the Warrior Pro class, and many of you have, you should know that this is a pullback setup. A pullback under high of day is a possible short squeeze. And that's exactly what happened. Pullback under high of day. Again, you know, in a hot market, on day 5 of a hot streak, I would have slammed this with some big size, 10,000 shares. After a 2-week cold streak, I'm just a little bit, you know, gun shy, and I think that's the right way to be right now. But, you know, this is a setup that you guys should know. So even if I choose not to trade it, you can trade it on your own. That's why I built Warrior Trading. I wanted to make this education accessible to beginner traders, so you guys could learn how to trade, so you could take the same trades that I take every single day, regardless of whether or not I'm there. You know, that you don't have to just be a follower, that you can learn to carve your own path. So I hope you guys did pretty well on NVIV. I know I saw a bunch of you post $2,000 winners, $3,000 winners, $4,000 winners, $5,000 winners. So really love seeing that. John, I saw him post a $2,500 winner on it. So good opportunities, some good profits, and why don't we see if we can do it again tomorrow and put down 2 back-to-back green days. That would be really nice here at the beginning of the month. All right, so that's the game plan. I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and we'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, 9:15 for pre-market analysis, and we'll see if we can find a couple more strong stocks to trade. All right, so that's it for me. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.